Oh my god, several of the power cables have melted. Now that explains the smell of burning plastic that has been coming from our tractor. So how did we get to this point? Well, it all started a mild early November day. So this is our newest tractor. It's a Fiat 480.8 1982 model. And we have had this tractor for some time now, and this winter I want to use this to clear snow. Compared to our older Fiat tractor, this tractor has a closed cabin, a working heater and a 4-wheel drive. It also has a bigger engine, so clearing snow with this tractor will be like a walk in the park. Especially compared to our older tractor, with its open cabin, 2-wheel drive and no window wiper. There are, however, some reasons why we have not used this to clear snow yet, and that's because it has some issues. Now we are going to address them. And one of the issues is that the front loader sags a lot. Now we don't really use that, and so we are going to start by taking that off. So these front loaders were made to be really easy to take off and put back on again, so let's just hope that that is still the case. We also need to hurry a bit, because tomorrow they have forecasted about 60 millimeters of rain, and that is actually so much that they have sent out flood warnings. Now we do need some rain now, because it's a few weeks since we had any, but now we are getting everything on the same time. Now, to release this front loader from the quick connect frame, we only have to loosen 2 nuts. But of course, it's never that simple with old farming equipment, because these were completely rusted and really stuck. And again, this simple job turned into several hours of work. I have tried everything I can think of, and I really don't want the tractor to be parked here if it floods, so we will take the short solution and cut the bolt. Now I'm crossing my fingers that these are easy to replace. So just a small little mistake there, we still have the release wire for the bucket connected, and maybe this will go a bit better if we take it off. Now that could have gone better. The support leg for the front loader didn't take the weight at all, and I'm also quite sure that there was supposed to be 2 of them. So the storm came with a lot of rain, but luckily the farm didn't flood. Now, the wind actually took one of the roof panels from the greenhouse, but it could have been so much worse. The next day the temperature had dropped to below freezing. So before we start to prep the tractor, we will need to take a round and give the animals some food and water. Since we had some snow now, we will start by feeding sheep some hay, in addition to the pellets. It's getting difficult for them to find food on their own now, because of all the snow. The bird feeder also needs a refill. I think we are feeding a huge flock of birds right now, as they clear out this entire feeder in just 2 days. So our farmhouse is about 100 years old and is really cold and drafty. So during the winter we use a lot of firewood. And while it's light outside, we will take some time to fill up the indoor firewood rack. Now this really helps to dry out the last moisture in the wood before we burn it. And it also saves us some trips outside in the dark and cold winter nights. Now we have parked the dig attachment for this season, because the ground is frozen now anyways, so we can't really use it. Now I was hoping to get a tarp around this before all the rain came, but as we used so much time on the front loader, I just didn't have enough time left. At least this will give it some protection during the winter. So we still have some hungry animals, and this time it's the pig's turn. Now unfortunately the feed room is empty, so we need to go and fill it up. And while they are occupied with their food, I will take the opportunity to go in and give them some more bedding. And that will really help them to keep warm during the cold days. I don't like to go into the pigs, because they always try to take a bite out of me when I do. Now pigs are really strong and they can also bite really hard, so I need to keep an eye on them while I'm in here. Now we just need to check on the water, and that looks good. They have plenty of water and the heat coil has kept it from freezing. On to the chickens. So it was just one egg today, and that was really dirty. For those that do not know, chickens only have one opening for everything. So sometimes the eggs looks like this. Now I'm hoping I'm not scaring you away from eating eggs, because they are still good for you and delicious. Of course the egg is completely fine on the inside, but nature is nothing like the shelf on a supermarket. Now I've tried to let the chickens out as we normally do, but many of them have never seen snow before, and they did not trust this white new substance. In the end, only the rooster was brave enough to take a walk. Now finally, the rabbit needs some feed and all the animals has been taken care of. This fall we built a shelter for our sheep. We even ended up building during a major storm. My hope was that the sheep would have a dry and nice place to sleep and rest, but they are not using it. We can see from the ground that they are still sleeping under this giant tree as they did before we built the shelter. My hope was that when the snow came they would discover it, but that did not happen. Maybe if we feed them some pellets there, they will discover that there is no snow there and start to use it. Let's see. Back to the tractor. There are more issues than just a sagging front loader with this tractor. It also has no working lights and it leaks a lot of diesel. To make the engine a bit more pleasant to work with in the cold, I will let it heat up a bit. This tractor also have a bigger battery and are a lot better on cold starting than the other tractor. And that is just another reason to why we want to use this tractor to clear our roads this winter. So before we can take a look at the engine, I will need to remove these brackets for the front loader as they are in the way. These bolts are old and rusty, but at least here we have the room to use power tools, so that will make the job a lot easier. And while we are working on the fuel lines, I also want to replace all the diesel filters. It seems like the diesel is leaking from the diesel pump, so we will have a look at that. I have bought a new gasket set so we can repair it. So there was a filter screen in this pump and it was full of rust and flakes of paint. I'm guessing that's not supposed to be in there. Hang on here, none of this gasket will fit this pump. It looks like I have the wrong set. The diaphragm for this pump looks really cracked, so it may be the cause of the leak. While I was looking for another gasket kit, I found out that a new diesel pump only cost 30 bucks or about 300 Norwegian crowns, so I will just replace the entire pump. That also means that we will not be able to finish the tractor today. While we wait for the new pump, I will paint these rusty brackets for the front loader with some anti-rust paint. I think black will be a good color on this, as most of the original Fiat loaders was black. While we're in the basement, I will show you the filter we installed on our water line in the last video. It seems like our water wasn't as clean as I thought. At least the filter is doing its job really well. The water that comes out of the tap is crystal clear. The next day we woke up to snow. Time was up. I needed a tractor to clear snow with, and the new diesel pump was still days away. So that means that we need to prep the old tractor. I managed to attach 2 of the 3-point attachment, and I was hoping to drag the rear blade up to the road where it would be easier to attach the last point. But instead I ended up driving one of the sides of the blade down into the road, and the other arm is snagged on the wheel chain. We are completely locked up, so now I need a good idea. Maybe we can lift the blade up with this. Several hours later, the tractor is finally ready. The tire chains are on and the blade is connected. We should be ready to clear snow now, but we have a major problem. The tractor has no power and it's pitch black outside, so I need the lights. Seems like the alternator is not charging, so we need to hook up a charger. Finally we can clear the snow from our road, but I'm a bit worried. Sometime last year the dashboard stopped working, so I have no idea how much diesel I have left in the tractor. There is also a smell of burning oil or plastic or something coming from the tractor, and let's just say that makes me even more worried. In the end I just cleared the road up to my neighbor's house as the burning smell got so bad. Today is not my day. During these days we have pushed into December and the farm looks like a Christmas card with all the fresh white snow. The temperatures has been lower than normal at this time of year, and this morning we were hitting records. We are below -10 degrees Celsius now, and that is causing some trouble for our chickens, as their inside water dispenser is freezing. We have bought a new and more powerful heat lamp, so hopefully that will take care of the problem. We will use this in addition to the one lamp that they already have. The heat coil in the pig's water drum has worked great up to this point, but these record-breaking cold temperatures were no match for it. It is frozen solid, so we need to come up with a new solution. And that is why we normally don't give pigs a water bucket. We need to clear snow again, but let's just say that I'm a bit concerned about taking this tractor back out before I have found the cause of the burning smell. That did not take long. A power wire under the dashboard has shorted to ground, and that has led so much power through that several of the power cables have melted. We were really lucky that this tractor did not catch on fire. And that means that we need to replace all the burnt and broken wires before we can take this tractor out again. That actually took one entire day, but I finally have replaced all the burnt and broken wires. The dashboard is finally also working now, so we know how much diesel we have left in the tank. And I was sure that the alternator was broken, but it's actually working great. And these are the old wires, just look how bad they are. This has probably been like this for several years, as the old owner put in a main switch because the tractor was leaking some power to the ground. It has probably just gotten worse and worse until we had a major shortout. Just not enough to melt the fuses. And we can finally clear the new snow from our roads. After clearing the snow, the road is perfect for some fun winter activities. Yeah. Yep. While we have been dealing with all of this stuff, the diesel pump for our new tractor has arrived in the mail. Let's mount it and see if it takes care of our diesel leak. It's installed now, so we only need to bleed out the air from the system. It's a good thing that it's cold outside, because this start engine is getting really hot. Unfortunately, we have drained the battery and there is still air in the system, so we need to put on a charger. Finally, the air is out of the system and the tractor is running again. But now with a brand new diesel pump. There are still some leaks, so we need to tighten up some screws. There we go, no more leaks. Now we were supposed to mount some lights and prep this tractor for snow clearing. But we have already done that with the old tractor, and to be honest, I will probably not do all of that work again on this tractor. We have used far too much time on that already. And now when the old tractor are ready to go, I will probably not go through all of that again with this tractor. Now we will do some more work on this tractor, but for now, this is it. Now if you have enjoyed this video and you want to help out our channel, hit that share button under the video screen and share the video with like-minded friends and family. That will help us grow and again make more videos for you. Everybody wins. Thank you so much for watching, and we will be seeing you on the next video. Bye for now.